Monday night is fashion night with my sartorial sluts, Michaela de Chatillon and Dirk Kennedy. Michaela, great to see you. How are you?
Thank you. I'm great. I'm great.
Looking beautiful as always.
Dirk,
always.
Thank you.
Looking nice.
Speaking of beautiful, Dirk, you look dapper.
Thank you so much.
Oisin always
handsome Irish rogue that he is there.
Extra scruffy. A couple of beers in, I was at the Nolinsky hotel tonight. Do you know where that is, Dirk?
Is that new fancy one?
That's the new fancy
down the
one.
block from the Saturnia.
Yeah, so I exactly. So I was selling all that stuff ages ago. Remember all those pouches I had that were extra, and I sold all that stuff. And one of the guys bought it and left a note on PayPal saying, "Don't worry about shipping. I'll come and collect it next time I'm in Venice. I'll buy you a beer." So that was months ago, and just today I got a message from someone on Instagram saying, "Hey, I'm actually in town. I'll buy you a beer and pick up that Audemars Piguet pouch that I purchased from you a long time ago." So he was in that kind of hood, and I was like, you know what? Let's try that new place because I want to see the bar. I should pull it up here on the. Yeah, it was actually really cool. Where is the thing? Here it is. It was really nice. It was very grand, very arty.
Were they there?
They were there in the corner.
What kind of building was it, do you think, before it was a hotel?
I don't know. It looks like a regular palazzo to me. Yeah.
We've walked past that 800 times. I mean, look at that. Oh boy.
So the bar was on the 3rd floor and he was there. No, I'm kidding. And this is really, I didn't realize.
Is this what you did together?
Easy ad, guys. Yeah, this is what I did. I did after a couple of beers.
I'm not sure beer would
There's the bar. That's where we were sitting.
Yeah, that was an old palazzo. You could tell by the
Oh shit. Michaela just flattens my tire immediately. All cool.
I'm sorry.
There's the bar.
Love you.
We were sitting on the right here at this table. Actually, that's badly lit, and it's much lower light than that.
Mm-hmm.
And it was very cool, and I don't know why, but I was in the mood for a beer. I had a couple of beers.
It happened.
And I started seeing weird arty dancers
on the bar.
On the bar. Yeah, I had to do this to get in. So yeah, so I'm extra scruffy tonight. Sorry guys, I'm not as well dressed as you guys. In a fucking usual black t-shirt, just keeping it handy. Let's do a wristwatch check. I'm going to start with the least interesting, which is me, and I'm doing the bluesy.
Yeah.
Sometimes when I'm lazy, I just go, "Oh, gold watch, fuck it," you know.
Just a gold watch.
Not that a fucking camera wants to help me here, but anyway, never mind. You all know the watch. There it is, nice and easy.
There's nothing boring about that.
You could tell funny stories. Like, did you ever meet people? Me and my friend Mary Ryan used to go out, and we would make up backstories for ourselves when we talked to other people. And we would just make shit up. Like I was Frankie and she was Giselle, and to this day I still refer to her as Giselle. But you could be at a table and somebody would be like, "Oh, nice watch." You could be like, "Oh, I got that for my 20th anniversary as a plumber," or you know.
I do on the channel all the time. I make up total bullshit.
It's the gold watch. They'd give you that.
I know the last time I was dragged out of the Hard Rock Cafe by a couple of American ladies, and the next day I went back and I was the laughing stock of the place because they were all like, "Oh, here he is, how did it go, you know, you dirty devil," kind of thing. And they all said it was the watch. It was the watch. I was like, "Thanks very much for your vote of confidence, you asshole."
Wow, it wasn't you, it was the watch.
It was the watch, and I was wearing this, so maybe it was the watch. Michaela, what are you wearing tonight?
I'm wearing my new Seiko Presage style 60s. I think this is about 40 millimeters. It's not going to focus, but
yeah,
green.
It looks about 40. Yeah, it's got a green bezel and a black.
I'm practicing wearing smaller and smaller watches. Yeah, because most of mine are huge.
The bracelet is quite substantial.
Isn't it?
Turn it around there. So we
It's
see.
very oystery, isn't it?
Yeah, it's kind of it's Rolex looking.
Very oyster.
You have to get yourself a nice oyster perpetual 36.
Oh
mil.
yeah, for sure. There's a lot I need. I need to get.
It looks great on you. Can we
I'm
see it
being
close?
careful because I
Yeah, get it up
Yeah.
close. I want to see that green
I will
bezel.
do my best. here.
Oh, look at that. Is it a rotating bezel?
Looks like it might be.
Like, let me try.
Timing,
really quick.
or is it fixed?
I haven't.
You haven't even played with it?
Oh, it's no. I have a little, but no, it doesn't rotate.
No, it's fixed bezel.
Yep.
You
This is
won.
my pretty
you just
little
scored,
new friend. Just a
yeah,
little.
you scored a
something.
lot of brownie points with the audience right now because you're wearing Seiko.
Oh, yeah. Thank you. I love brownie points. I was honestly just craving something new to add to my collection because it's really small. And I
it's
needed to
brand new.
tide myself over. Okay. I couldn't get something crazy right now. So I got this to tide myself over. And I like it a lot.
I think it's
It's
really
very pretty.
cool looking.
It's really
Yeah.
pretty. And I
Very
love
cool.
the kind of take on the 60s style, like the kind of vintage look. It's really
Yeah,
cute.
yeah.
Yeah.
I
And
stare at
again,
it a lot.
That bracelet is very sexy on
It's
you.
ve-
I
what is the
love an
model?
oyster
Thank you.
bracelet on a girl. The
What's the
model,
model?
what do we have the model? Let me pull up the model.
It's a
Let's have a
Presage
look at
style
that.
60s SRPGO7
Mm.
40. It's about 40.8 millimeters. But yeah, all of my watches are 42, so I'm trying to shrink and see how I feel about it, and I like it. So
I want to see this thing up close.
Oh.
Very nice. That's really nice.
That
Very
is
vintage bezel.
Gorgeous.
Yeah, no crown guards.
Yeah.
Old fashioned. Look at those big indices.
Mm-hmm.
Dang.
What
Was
a
that
great
540
choice.
bucks?
yeah,
Dang.
that's what I'm
Euros.
saying. It was just to tide me over
Mhm.
because I can't get the kind of things I want currently. So I'm like, I like this one. I like Seiko a lot. So
That's what we
Yeah.
got to do now on the channel. We have to get Michaela a nice Rolex.
haha. Yeah. No, that would be way
Something
too
to
crazy.
tide you over.
Yeah, for sure.
All right, the big
Yes.
moment is here. Everybody's
Well,
waiting.
I
I've
got
been
something to
getting
tide me
messages all-
over on
I've been
Saturday
getting
night.
messages all day long. People going, I can't wait to tune in tonight to see Dirk with his black shirt on. Although you did say you were going to get all Tom Forded up for this.
I didn't exactly get all Tom Forded up for this because stuff's in the dry cleaner.
Okay.
But
Well, you still
I did get all Rolexed out though.
So good.
Yeah, this is just a little something to tide me over.
Yeah.
Thanks to Asheen and the channel and all the beautiful people. And I'm making a little video as a thank you to all of you guys for just lifting my spirits. And wow, I'm gonna destroy the hard drive. I'm gonna destroy the hard drive on my,
or even on the other side of your face or something. You look like you're really you're doing this. There you go. Yeah, nice.
I've taken 800 million photographs of this thing.
Yeah, that's not going to stop. For
And
a while.
then when I take it off, I'm like holding it like like it's the Hope Diamond and putting it in its case.
You're precious.
I'm being
You're precious.
I left the sticker on the back because I'll take this off for a second. I mean, it couldn't fit better. It's the most perfect fit ever. I finally figured out that Easy Link thing. I don't know why. I just couldn't get the mechanics of it.
Sure.
But there on the right there. Come on, focus. The center sticker is still present, and I'm not taking it off.
It'll come off one day.
Yeah, it'll come off one day. And
all watch ladies in the crowd here. Yay to the Milgauss. Great to see you, Al.
And a big thank you to you, which is coming in a video for all of you. And it is it's unworn. It is the most absolutely unbelievable piece, and it just glistens and glitters and shines. And
where did that big ding come from? I can see a big ding there on the
a ding on what?
On the watch.
There's no ding. Where's there a ding?
Kidding.
Shit,
can you pull up a photo and blow it up so we can see what it looks like, since it's not super clear in the video? I want to see exactly what we're looking at.
How could I
It
blow
looks
this?
so good on you, Dirk. Really. Someone in the chat
If
said this 2024 is the year of the Dirk. That's what I was. That's what I was
Year
texting
of the
you.
Dirk.
It's
the
your
year
year.
of the Dirk. You know, it's really funny. I've been, reading Geddy Lee from Rush's book. We're big Rush aficionados. And I forgot that his nickname is Dirk. They all call him that.
No way.
Did you know that?
Did
He
not.
Lurkst. Alex Lifeson is Lurkst.
I didn't know he was Dirk.
He's Dirk. I never realized that before. And I'm a big Rush fan. You're a big Rush fan. That's it. Yeah, it's because I'm using an iPhone, so it's not the best focus. I mean, I guess I could do that. Right?
You guys see
Wow,
that?
yours has that beautiful bezel, fluted bezel.
No, it's not fluted. It's not.
Okay.
It's smooth bezel. It's just
They're
that.
just reflections. It looks like it's fluted.
You know what? You're right. Yeah, that really does look like
Yeah.
it. Doesn't matter. It's still stunning.
It's got
it's smooth bezel.
Yeah.
And
Okay.
what's interesting about this particular model, Michaela, is that it has a green sapphire crystal. As you can see at the edges, it picks up the green there. That sapphire crystal is kind of dyed a little bit green. And it's the only one in the Rolex catalog that has this. And it's very odd looking.
Yeah.
Of course,
totally.
the lightning bolt seconds hand, because it has a Faraday cage inside to stop magnetism from affecting movement. So it was one of the first really truly anti-magnetic watches. And Gauss stands for resistance to magnetism. So milligauss is 1,000 Gauss. So mil Gauss, that's where it gets its name.
And it really doesn't even make any sense because now it's got a parachrome hairspring in it, so it's probably way more than that.
Yeah, it's probably 15,000 Gauss.
Probably 15,000.
Yeah,
just with the Faraday cage back in the day, it was probably 1,000.
So
yeah, it's just been an exciting couple of days. The big joke was, I went to the big Omega event yesterday, the last day, the closing day, and you know what the really sad part was? No swag.
So rude.
They had run out.
Rude.
They had bags, gift bags that had a 3-2-1 poster, a poster of the 3-2-1 movement. They had brochures, a T-shirt. They had all this Omega stuff, and they ran out the night before because they had an unprecedented amount of people that came in walk-ins. I didn't know you could have walk-ins. I thought it was by appointment only because we had an appointment.
Yeah.
And when we got there, we were the first people in, so we had like a real great 35 minutes with just about 10 people in there because it was in the morning. They had a Ely coffee bar. I made a video. I'll edit it and then I'll
pull up some video. You can tell us all about it while we're watching. Some
I will.
Video here. Yeah. That's in case we get in trouble. No, where was it? Was it out on the
It's on 26th Street and 11th Avenue.
Oh. All right.
And it is ready for this. I found this out today. It is the former home and studio of Annie Leibovitz.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So she had that in the 80s and 90s. It's where she did all her, probably her classic work, most famous works.
Right.
And
for Vanity Fair, for
all of that stuff.
Yeah.
And she sold it to Chelsea Market, and they turned it into an event space. It is a very large facility encompassing. It was funny. There was this. I could just say this because why not? During the there was a guy. There's many different kiosks throughout this very dark and sultry, sexy exhibit, and each one had an attendant there from Omega, and they would talk about this particular watch. And they were talking about this one guy was talking about the Planet Ocean, the World Timer, and he was comparing it to another famous World Timer. And I said, let's not pretend you're not talking about Patek Philippe. And then this guy who was shorter than me, and I'm not tall, dressed very fancy, and in a way that was very deliberate. And he goes, you mean Paddock?
Oh no.
And I said, actually, no, what we're standing in is a former Paddock.
Paddock.
because it's a former horse stable. It was built as a horse stable in the 1800s.
Wow.
And then it was, turned into a residence and a studio facility. This guy, the paddock guys just drive me. Am I crazy for it to drive me crazy like that? Why do they say paddock?
It's just an Americanism. It's like Iraq, 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 Iran.
I ran so far away. You gotta get away.
There's so many different ways to say these places. It's the same kind of thing. Omega. Yeah. Anyway, it looks like a cool event, man.
So you walk in the door and they have a giant golden man on the moon and a big quote from Buzz Aldrin on the wall. And then to the left, you go in there and there was a big Omega coffee bar with this woman. Met this woman, Helen, and she created this. She worked for Ely Coffee in Trieste, Italy for 30 years. She's an American, and she decided to do traveling barista. And she uses Ely Coffee and Matsoko espresso machines. And they had free pastries and introduction. The first watch you encounter when you walk in there is the 2998 Wally Schirra.
Oh, sure.
And it was really, really, really great.
Do you want to look at some celebs here? Nicole Kidman, of course, is a big ambassador. She threw a big event in St. Petersburg in Russia there about 6 months ago for Omega. So she was there up front. She got a lot of things on.
Wearing a fisherman's net.
Yeah. A fisherman's net.
She looks like a dark mermaid that got captured by a fisherman.
You have to say fisherman's net like that, though. A fisherman's net. Only
there might be a nice dress under that, but she covers
it. Looks like Nicole.
I don't like it.
Ugh.
I don't like it.
It has these round parts at the end, like it really is.
It's haute couture.
Lobster.
Yeah, it is. It looks like fish and chips, mate. She got her catch of the day, and she got the newspaper underneath to suck up all the oil.
Oh my gosh, the newspaper underneath.
It looks
keeps her warm.
Yesterday's news. It does. I know. I mean, this is haute couture. Let's face it, kids. What is haute couture? It's not ready to wear. It's not things that people wear normally. It's Met Gala. It's events. I saw her some video of this. This photograph is extremely flattering. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. That dress is I don't get it.
Yeah, I get it. It's fashion.
Yeah, it's
not my cup of tea.
But look who's she's standing next to.
I've seen her
Reynolds.
Better.
Yeah, she's towering over him. Look at her.
Is he short or is she just like 6 feet
he's
tall?
5'11".
Oh, so she is a giant.
She's also wearing at least 3-inch heels. Though.
At least. Look, those are giant stilettos. Look at those. Yeah, she opened the event. Listen, I'm not going to knock her. She's a terrific actress and she's a nice lady. I just don't like the fish and chips dress.
Yeah.
Especially Nicole Kidman debuts the fish and chips dress.
It might be a decent dress underneath the net.
What do you mean? Like underneath it? I mean, it looks like, man stabbed, the news and the weather. Or is it camouflage under there?
Maybe it's like a dark lace flower print underneath. It's hard to say. But the net thing, I don't like it.
Yeah.
I don't know what watch she's wearing.
Not for her. I feel like she's
wearing a constellation.
She's sophisticated. Yeah. And that's not a sophisticated look, in my opinion. And it's falling off of her in a weird way. I don't know. She's has great proportions. She's tall. There's so much potential when it comes to dressing. Whenever someone's so nice, tall, thin like that, and they just don't do what I would do if I were them, I'm so irritated.
And let me ask you guys about Reynold Eichelman's suit here. Why does it look like it's wrapped around him? It's like a straight jacket.
It's the double-breasted.
Oof. It's a very tight looking. Look where the button positions are. They're very close in.
Yeah.
I'd need to see a better photograph of this because he's hunched over. He's about to cut some ribbon.
It doesn't look like that there, so maybe it's just the position he's in.
Don't know, but it looks as if the positions usually on a double-breasted they're mid to mid abdomen to they're closer to the out than they are to the in. I don't know. I just think it's the position. It's definitely cut within an inch of his life. He's a slender guy. He's fit. He's always impeccable. That's
Do we
some
know
kind
who
of.
this guy is on the left?
I do not.
No.
I did not meet him. I met a lot of very cool people there from Omega. And had many a chit chat.
Yeah, I think sometimes double-breasted just doesn't suit everybody, and it sometimes looks too formal depending on the setting you're in. This is a good time to wear something like that.
Yeah,
but I think it is an awkward photo, and I think he is twisting a bit.
Yeah, he's
bending over.
Yeah.
Straight jacket though.
It's double-breasted when they're bad suits. They can just make you look like you're part of the mafia. And big fat guys wear them too. Yeah, Daniel Craig with his new and extremely polarizing new hairstyle.
What do you think? Does it look like a toupee? Does it look like a toupee or what?
I don't think he's got it. No, he's not losing his hair anymore.
No, I said, does it look like one?
It looks
like one.
It's
but it looks kind of.
He's a very rugged guy with a very ruddy complexion, and that is far too youthful a haircut for a man who's got an aged face like that.
It looks like an English teacher.
He does. Yeah.
He looks like kind of like the sexy older professor, though.
Now, you want to know where he looked like that? In the golden. What was the big Lyra movie that Kate Bush did the song for, The Golden Compass? He played her uncle, who was a professor at this fake Cambridge style university, wearing old tweeds. But this was also almost 20 years ago when he was beyond ugly beautiful. But he a much shorter, rugged haircut is better for him.
I'm not crazy about this light blue shirt.
No, it's an ugly blue. It's kind of a periwinkle.
It feels very 2000s.
Yeah,
early 2000s.
Yeah.
I suppose we're still in the
2000s. It looks Regis Philbin.
And because we have such a good history, this is not a great way to see exactly how he's dressed, because it's just from the side. I tried to find other photos, but didn't look hard enough. But coming from him, we always have seen him in such fitted pieces, so this is a bit different, and he definitely just stepping out. It looks like he just has a different look a little bit. The hair, kind of a bigger suit.
He's going for something completely different.
Yeah.
Those Glass Onion movies, or whatever those movies are, which I did not enjoy them. I got halfway through the first one. I did not watch the second one.
Awful.
They're shitty whodunits.
Agree.
Yeah.
He's adopting a new persona where he's a southern kind of, Kevin Spacey would have done a much better job at that than he,
Yeah, but he's cancelled.
If he wasn't cancelled.
Do we know what watch he was wearing at the event? No,
I guess we'll find out, right?
We'll find out. Yeah,
it's her daughter. Ridiculous.
Yeah, let's move on to this pair. I think I have some video of them here somewhere.
They look like beautiful deers.
Yeah,
they just look like beautiful deers. They really do.
I love that.
I love just
gorgeous
all of
Joe.
that brunette hair. They're so warm and such dark eyes. They look like beautiful deers.
They're sultry and smoke. I mean, how old is that girl? Is she an adult yet?
I think she's 20.
Oh, is she?
Tell me she's an adult. Otherwise, I'm going to feel bad about the thoughts I've had.
Well,
Thank you for sharing with the class. Thank you.
That's
she's 22.
That's a sliding scale depending on what timeline you live in.
Yeah.
Because back 100 years ago, if she was 12, she'd be perfect for marrying.
Kaya Gerber, that's her name, huh?
Kaya Gerber.
I found some
she's
video.
breathtaking, and her mother is.
I think she's with Austin Butler, the blonde.
Oh, really?
That played Elvis in the Elvis movie.
Yes, she's
who has changed his voice permanently after he's playing Elvis.
Oh,
but for the better. Elvis. I think I like his voice better now. He doesn't do it too crazy, but
is it possible that she's prettier than her mom, and even in her mom's heyday?
I would say she's beautiful adjacent. I don't think it's possible.
God.
I think it depends. It depends on the look that you're most attracted to, because I feel like Cindy Crawford in her prime was just everything. Just everything. And what I really liked is she just had such a killer body too. It's just, she was beautiful. She still is beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. Her daughter looks similar to her. Everyone says her daughter looks exactly like her.
No,
I don't agree. I don't agree.
She
Her
doesn't look
daughter, her
exactly
eyes are
no.
closer together. She has a
Yes.
different look.
Mhm.
She looks great on a runway for sure, and she's a great model. But Cindy was just a different
Wow.
kind. I feel like Cindy was more like sexy.
That's
Yeah.
killing him right now.
You
He's
just
dying.
I just
The legs.
Oh, I love the
look away
hair.
from it
That's
for
such
a
a
minute.
beautiful
The
updo.
upswept too.
Oh, I
I didn't
love
know
So
that.
good.
That's
So good.
so elegant, so beautiful. So
Why
sexy.
doesn't everyone do that instead? Like, and her mom
Never
is
see
about
that
wet dogs.
hairstyle. I never
Since
see
Cindy's
any woman
guilty
use
of
that
wet dog.
hairstyle. Yeah, she's gone for wet dog. She's just crikey.
And
Yeah,
that,
that's what we call the wash and go as girls. That's the wash and go. She didn't do anything. Styling your hair, I'm hoping that it's gonna start making a comeback. Actually doing something with it. Putting it up, putting pieces in certain positions.
Yes.
I think it might be coming back. Just hold on.
Let's
Like mom
hope.
jeans are going out of style right now. Baggy boyfriend jeans are starting to go out of style too. So there's hope.
Lord.
Baggy
for
boyfriend
fashion.
jeans. What?
They're starting to go out of style.
Those are the ones that hang down your arse and you could see your skivvies.
So mom jeans are the ones that are like high waisted. They're usually light blue, thick
Yeah,
denim.
those I'm well aware.
But they
of, but I
can
don't-
be yeah, they can be slightly fitted. But then the boyfriend jeans are the ones that are baggy, and they can fit around your waist. It's not that they have to be sagging, but they're the baggy jeans, and I'm
Are they
glad
like
they're going out.
the
of
Aladdin
style.
pants that were big when
Yeah.
MC Hammer was ruling the world.
Look where she's wearing the watch as well on the outside.
Yeah, well, why not?
Oh, I love that. I love
Very
that so
cool.
much.
Yeah,
That is
it's
so
very
beautiful.
North Italian style. 1950s.
She looks flawless.
She looks like a
Absolutely.
ballerina, like she's wearing
Yes.
like a pleated ballerina dance skin. And she's tall.
And that looks like a vintage Omega. It looks very old. That's not from their new line.
I wish we could. Can we find out what that was?
If only you had a computer in front of you that you could search for it and give your friend Oshin a hand while he goes through all the video.
Well, in the photograph of them together, I don't think she's wearing a vintage piece.
And once I think Cindy is wearing a Constellation. She's the Constellation girl, right?
She's the
I
ambassador.
think they both are wearing constellations.
Yeah.
She's wearing this one with the black glittery dial.
Are there watches in that picture? Oh, there are. Sorry, I didn't know.
Yeah.
God. Oh, dear Lord, I have to open the window. Yes, beautiful ladies, magnificent, and obviously very loyal to the brand.
Well, they are being paid.
Yeah, sure. I'm just saying, like, Cindy seems to be like just, she's stuck with that. No deviations at all from that brand in any way. And then handing over everything to her daughter, handing the baton over. Just kind of cool, I think, Anyway.
I agree. They're loyal ladies. They're paid enough. I mean, yeah, that's so cool.
Cindy's husband owned that tequila.
Yeah.
The
Casamigos.
Yeah. Casamigos. Mr. Badgas, $25. Thanks so much, man. Very generous of you on a Monday evening. Wonderful reveal for a great human being from a great friend. He's talking about the Milgauss. You wear it well, Dirk. Very cool to see that there are new and exciting guests in the offering. I don't know. They sound well suited. Thanks so much, Mr. Badgas.
Thank you.
Very nice of you to say that. Thank you for saying that. 99 Zarconi, is that what they are? I don't know what they are. From Del Boy ZA.
Here's some third world currency to put towards the Milkers first service.
Oh, this is who I was with this evening. He calls himself Del Boy ZA. He's at the corner pub.
Oh wow!
Yes, he came to pick up. Yeah, so that's South African currency. Because he spent a lot of time down there. By the way, he just bought a house down in Tuscany. When I was talking to him, I was like, I need Dirk and Paul sitting next to you right now so they can see some example of someone who took the plunge. He took the plunge. He bought a beautiful little apartment for him and his wife in a place called Chianni, which isn't far from Volterra and from Pisa.
I was gonna say.
Yeah, beautiful, magnificent. So legend. He's at corner pub because he was walking home. We went over the bridge, the Salute Bridge.
Hey, Del Boy, go look behind the counter at the barista there and see what he's wearing because he wears the exact same watch. He wears this watch.
That's
He
right.
has a milk house, the guy at Corner Pub, and it's beat to shit. It's
true.
really loosey goosey. He wears it kind of loose, and he just pulls coffee all day long and pulls beers all day long.
Thank you, Del Boy, man.
You want to take a look at this
Thanks
Kaya
for the drink
thing?
earlier.
Can I share this? Can I share this?
Yeah, do. Kill the sound just in case.
Yeah, I did. Absolutely.
Can you maximize that, dude?
Oh, yeah, sure.
Do the whole shebang there. Thank you. Also, she did a little photo session.
Yeah.
Oh, dear Lord.
She looks really young in film.
Yeah,
there was a big stage there, and
through that again for us.
Yeah, sure.
The producer hat has to wear your producer hat, my friend. Yeah, you've got to go back.
Yeah, I'll go back.
Video. Yeah, she's got a constellation on there again.
I took one of those photos.
Cute. Yeah. I want to see it.
Yeah, they put any Omega watch on you. Well, they only had like 5 to choose from, but yeah, without makeup on, she looks like a little girl. Yeah,
youth is currency for women.
This is true. Yeah. So, yeah, cool event. I mean, I guess Omega were not at the Dubai Watch Week, so they have to make up for it with these events, correct?
I mean, I don't know. I mean, it was very interesting because there was no focus on any one particular watch. I met Dario Magnetti from the flagship store on Fifth Avenue. We had a nice little chat, and I met Russ, who's the regional manager in Atlanta, and he was a terrific guy. Out of nowhere, his name is Russ Franklin. He just came out of nowhere and he said, "Oh, I see you looking at the Wally Shearer." I was like, "Oh yeah, I'm a big Speedy fan. You know, what's your grail?" I'm like, "Well, what do you think?" 2915. And then he said, I wish I could. He goes, in normal situations, if it was earlier, I could take, you could check the watch out. But he took me around, and everybody was really knowledgeable. I met the general manager from the store in New York, and he said, whatever you need, blah, 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 blah. So it was really great. It wasn't like you walked around and you just had to find your own way. There were designated people at each kiosk to show you every watch. And they had one example. They had all the principal examples of their milestone watches, of course, but they also had some of their current lineup, and they were really pushing No Time to Die. Really pushing. Yeah, I got some really great shots.
That kind of fell on its face because of COVID, because it was supposed to be a huge launch with the film.
Yeah, that was just terrible.
The whole thing kind of got flattened. By the way, I think that's the same watch she has on. It's not a vintage watch.
It does look
it's the constellation on a rubber or a leather strap or something. That's interesting. Maybe it's
she should erase that doodle off her arm, though. Just erase it.
The doodles.
It's such a
Can you erase it, though?
Kind of.
Erase those easily?
Well, in Photoshop you can.
In Photoshop you can. She has another couple, little ones.
Yeah,
she hasn't taken the plunge for big tattoos yet.
I don't think she will because she's a model.
I mean,
unless you're going to be a suicide girl, you're not going to be covered in tattoos.
Look at Adam Levine. He's Jewish, and they're not supposed to have tattoos at all.
Is he practicing?
I don't think that he is, but still, like his parents are probably like, oy vey.
Yeah, there's still a culture about certain things you're supposed to do and not do, even if you don't have the faith.
Well, there's a thing about tattoos. I don't know, like, because I guess tattooing has been around since mankind, right? You can't be buried in a Jewish cemetery. That used to be the rule. So I don't know if it is anymore.
He's secular. He doesn't give a shit.
Yeah, I guess so. And it's part of his whole mixing and matching the pop shitty drivel that he makes and all the hip hop that, pays his bills, because he's always collaborating with, Easy Money and, other made up ridiculous names, Gucci McGooch and whatever. Yeah, she's an absolute extraordinary creature.
Whatever her stylist is thinking, they're smart. She always looks good. Seriously. Like, it's business looking, but also so feminine and soft. So they just really captured that.
God, that's true. I'm just realizing that now. It is a little bit business, right? Like she's going to
It's
run
to give her that
into,
powerful look.
like she's running from a yellow cab into the office on Park Avenue, right?
The truth is that wearing a suit jacket as a female, it does make you feel so powerful. It really does. Right. I'm like, yeah. Speaking of, I know you hate talking about this person. I'm just going to bring it up for 1 second. There's all this controversy because Kim Kardashian was put on the cover of GQ as Man of the Year, and she was wearing a suit, and everyone was so mad.
She's Man of the Year?
Man of the Year.
What does that even mean?
To be fair, they made Dylan Mulvaney Woman of the Year. That I'm not saying they can't, but I mean,
well, at least she's trying to be a woman.
I know. So, but I feel like that just sparked a lot of emotion. Anyway,
so how is she funny. Man of the Year?
Is this the cover? Where's the cover?
The cover of the magazine.
Yeah.
She's eating Cheetos and wearing a suit, and she's like licking her finger, and she has her hair done so it looks kind of short. She's wearing what's supposed to look like minimal makeup. Yeah, there you go. A tie. Man of the Year.
Man of the Year.
What's wrong with actually having a man on there? I don't get it. It's not fun. It's not that funny.
I just can't wait till all of this gender fluidity just fucks off.
I don't think it's going to, man.
I mean, it has to, because it makes no sense. You know what? Like, I was in the car. I went to the event with Paul's dad, Dave, and he's a big Omega enthusiast, has many some. And for some crazy reason, we got into that, and it was because he just recently went to a doctor, and it said, "This is really funny." It says gender assigned at birth when you fill out a medical form. Listen, go fly a kite, go do what you want to do, be a dandelion, whatever you want. Who cares? But like, you're not assigned a gender at birth. You are actually born something. You're not assigned that.
Are we even at a point in time where someone has to say that, and that's like a talking point? Isn't it?
I mean, if you said that 50 years ago, everyone would just do the dog look. Like, what? It doesn't make any sense. If you want to come up with a construct that makes sense, you shouldn't say gender assigned, as if like we had a meeting and we've decided that you're going to live the beginning of your life as this. Anyway, but please be as fluid as you want. Identify as whatever you want. But I think that's when it travels into professional and medical things.
Exactly, you're taking it too far.
It's too far.
Do whatever you want. If you mind your own business, we're all minding our own business.
Sure,
we're all going to be fine.
But, some guys look great in a dress. Some girls look great in a suit. And if you want to identify as that, that's great.
Not that many guys look good in a dress. More women look better in suits.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, it all depends on which rock you're standing on, my dear friends. You're the most heterosexual man in the universe.
Can you imagine me in a dress?
No, you'd be terrible because you look like a caveman. But there's a lot of pretty boys out there. If you went to, I'll tell you, if you went to some clubs, you would never know. If you like Malaysia, or you go to one of these Indonesian countries where the lady boys are, they're undetectable. These slender little beautiful creatures. They're so feminine and pretty, and that's why all the Germans love to go there. But drum roll. Dead room.
Hey, sorry to open
I'm searching for stuff here.
Yeah, no,
and I don't know. Listen, Oisin, you're Irish. Would you wear a kilt?
I wouldn't wear a kilt. That's a Scottish thing. It's nothing to do.
Irish wear kilt too.
No, they don't.
What do you mean?
It's nothing to do with.
It's not like the way they do, but I've got millions of old pictures of people in my dress-up family from the West.
Americans mix it up a little bit. No, the Irish don't wear kilts. It's a Scottish thing. Here's David Bowie. Boys keep swinging.
Hey, boys keep swinging.
One of my favorite fucking songs and videos of all time. And of course, at the end, he does the smearing of the lipstick, which is it's the rejection of gender. Look, this guy did all this stuff.
This is when it was great. This is when he played with. This is before it got serious. When he was having fun with it, because you know what, drag was fun. Now drag is, they're like assassins.
Yeah, I enjoyed Freddie Mercury's "I Want to Break Free" video.
Sure, because it was
That was
absurd. He had a
funny.
mustache. It was
funny.
absurd. You know, back in the day, like, you know, we knew RuPaul when he was a nobody. And there used to be a club down on St. Mark's Place called Boy Bar, and Delight, Groove is in the heart. They were like the house band, and we knew all the drag queens down there. And RuPaul was like fun, and all the drag queens were hilarious. There was comedy involved, and it was before it became this, you know, protected nonsense, because most people don't get it, and Republicans especially don't get it, that drag is mostly entertainment. Mostly.
Sure. But we're not talking about drag, but you're dragging it off. Sorry, you're dragging. You see what I did there? Off the subject slightly. I mean, about the gender fluidity.
Right. But it's not that.
You know, didn't Bowie make it cool? Isn't it cool? Like, isn't it a thing about Bowie and many others? And you're into heavy metal music. Give me a break. There's fucking so much ambiguity about sexuality and heavy metal.
Do you think?
I mean, the hairspray and all the makeup.
Oh, I'm not that. I wasn't in that.
I know you weren't into that, but I know I'm not saying you were in that. I'm saying you're a heavy metal guy.
But haven't rock stars always been these androgynous creatures?
Yes,
Mark.
So why is that? Why is the gender fluidity thing?
I was getting to me because
it's a problem for you.
Oh, it's not a
out of all people. It shouldn't be an issue.
Fun. Because it was fun then. Now it's laws. Now it's laws, and it's legislation now about how
in bathrooms.
About Florida, he wants to ban drag performers because it's dangerous for children. It's entertaining. First of all, what are children doing at a drag show? Maybe they're on a float in a parade. What I'm getting at was, it used to be gender fluidity and dressing up like a girl or being pretty or androgynous. It used to be fun and charming and sexy and cute. And now it's just got this connotation that they're perverts and they're corrupting children. And it's none of that. It is none of that. The guy that is corrupting your children is the guy that has the candy in his bag, and he's your neighbor, and he's married to your best friend. That's who you have to worry about. The guy that doesn't look like he'd be suspicious of that at all. These are performers. They're entertainers. And like, I was talking to somebody the other day. Well, you know, if it wasn't for all these transgender people corrupting our kids. And I said, you don't really believe that that's true, do you? Where are they going? Do they have like a clubhouse? You have to worry about the scout leader, not you know, head of lettuce. It's ridiculous.
So,
which is an
Jlc at the event. We mentioned it last week, but we'll go a little bit deeper because it was really interesting with the reversal. This is Anya Taylor-Joy. Another woman is going to make me slightly uncomfortable sitting in my chair here. And
so many men do not think she's pretty. I don't know why.
Talk about deer. She has got the widest eyes in the world.
You know what she has? She looks like she's filthy in the sack. Sorry. She looks like she's got dark sexuality. That's what
she's got the dark feminine energy. That's what it is. It's very subtle and seductive, and it's a lot of eyes.
That's the Corvo, the crow, the old one of the original reversals right there. Amazing. Yeah, she has a darkness in her eyes. Yeah. But anyway, yes.
That was the best miniseries I had seen in ages.
Queen's Gambit.
It was incredible. Look at
that. I loved it. It's so good. I rewatch it around the fall time. It's so good.
I have to rewatch that. I heard they're making a Queen's Gambit too.
There's a Queen's Gambit 2 coming out. Yeah.
Really? Okay. Yeah. I just it's so inspiring, and she sells it. She really does.
Yeah, so it was there's another video as well I want to find from the same guys on the topic of modeling watches, which I'm always on the lookout for. There's this video here. I remember I was talking about like how awkward it can be, even with Dirk. They're trying to show us his milk house. It's like a skill you learn. And these actors, it's like they do it so well. Where you see the
like
angles, look, the way he just did that there, just looking out, pondering. And then
that's the Nicholas Hoult guy. Yeah.
Yeah, that's Nicholas Hoult. Yeah, we were talking about him last week. Look, well, this is a pose I use a lot. Just that, like, the pondering and your hand up to your chin kind of thing. Like, just an easy one. I'm doing that right now, not deliberately. But they used very cleverly. They were using books here. Look, so she's like making.
She's
notes
just
in the
studying
book.
with her
She's studying
solid
with
gold reverso.
Yeah, which I just think is so clever. There's so much of that stuff in here. Okay, he gets a bit arty here, which is it's a bit nerdy, but whatever. But it's, I don't know. I think we as a watch community, I'm speaking now to the other watch YouTubers, take note. There are ways of making this look natural without making it look awkward. Look at that look at that thing.
It's so cool.
That's just not even believable.
You need one of those, Michaela.
Yeah,
I know. Yeah, this commercial's advertising worked on me.
Look at it. I had a gold reverso for a while. It was beautiful. Too small on me, but
yeah, they don't make a larger size, right?
They do. There are larger ones, yeah,
they do.
than the one I had. Yes, I had the duo face and everything. It was very cool. She looks nice and white as well.
Now, Nicholas Hoult, how should I know him? What was he in?
He was in the TV show Skins, I believe. And if I'm not mistaken, yeah, he was. Which was, it was a teen show. Very dirty, very raunchy. He was in The Great. What did he play?
Here's some more photos from the event. This is Hodinkee, of course. And they're really digging deep into the reverso world.
Mm-hmm.
Quite amazing. There's Ben Kleiner from Hodinkee and Lenny Kravitz. Why did he wear a denim top like that? It's kind of weird looking for an event.
It also looks very flimsy, like cheap.
Yeah,
like
it looks like it's a shirt.
sturdy.
Yeah.
Look at the ends of it, how it's kind of rolling up a little. It doesn't even look like real denim. It looks like it's fabric that's supposed to look like denim, which is not very.
Yeah,
I mean,
cotton.
up close,
it's just plain old cotton. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh no! Look at that.
Up close, it's really bad.
It's Old Navy. That's why.
Really Old Navy, like old, like he's had it forever, which is okay. But yeah, that's not my favorite thing. Someone in the chat asked me if socks and sandals are ever going to be okay. Here's what I have to say to that. Pick one or the other. Why do you wear sandals if it's cold enough to need socks? That's my question to you. If it's cold enough where you need socks, wear regular shoes. And that is it. That's the final
Wisdom
thing.
from Michaela.
You're welcome. You're welcome.
We should
I think you know that. I think you know that. I think you're messing with me. Everyone
we should do a quick.
That.
Well, let's do a quick fire thing at the end of this show. Let's do it in 10 minutes, guys. Get your quick fire questions ready for Dirk and Michaela. Questions like that: are socks and sandals ever acceptable? Quick questions and quick answers. We'll do one of those things. We'll make it part of the show from now on. Moving back to the JLC event. Well, you see some of the stuff. I have to say, these guys at Geneva at the Watches and Wonders last year were like the classiest bunch out of everyone. It was just amazing. Their display, they had all these watchmakers at stands, and it was really, really sexy stuff. These are two different types here. You've got a gold with the closed face and then this open works face here.
Jesus Christ.
That is something.
I mean,
for such
this is a
small
whole
looking piece.
other level of horology.
Yeah.
It just is.
They're the watchmaker's watchmaker. They just are. It's
What are the price points on these two watches? Do we know?
I mean, I don't know. You're up into the 40s, 50s because
Yeah.
this is rose gold, and this being an open works and so on. You're getting up there for sure.
I mean, no.
I mean, come on. And this is the second face. You have a first face. That's probably the back side of this,
right?
That we're looking at there. I mean, so when you get bored of one stunning watch dial, you just flip it over And what a lot of people do, of course, is they set it for a different time. So you step off off your first class flight, and then you flip it around. It's a very classy thing to do.
It's a GMT, but you didn't even know. Oh, look at that.
Yeah, these are limited edition. Let me find what they are. It says it down here. Hokusai limited edition reversos.
So is it just an enamel painting there with no time?
Well, that would be the reverse side. See the way the crown is on the left now? So that's instead of just a blank back, which was the original reverso, just to protect the watch style. Yeah. That was the whole point. Instead, they put some beautiful Japanese art.
Absolutely outrageous.
That is so pretty. It's so mesmerizing.
That Japanese, what is that? Japanese like ink, right? Incredible scenes. Like you'd see them on those big wood panels.
I'm not as crazy about this one.
Yeah, it's a little farty.
Yeah. It's Art Deco, right? New York Art Deco from the 20s, 30s.
Yeah, it's just we've seen this before. Just the dial is just not exciting.
Oh, this might be the other side.
Oh, well, there you
look
go.
at that. And these are all vintage, old, classic ones.
Look at that. Now, is that original color, or do you think that that's tropical?
It may have been tropical. Yeah, it may have been a dark brown or a black, and it just turned brown.
Wow.
Reverso looks.
I mean, you have to love these just because.
This is kind of old watch lady kind of shit here, isn't it?
Oh, man.
It's kind of stuff she probably.
Do you have one of these? Are you still here, old watch lady? And do you have one?
There's the Corvo.
Yeah.
I like that. And again, the famous Cartier 4 rather than a V with a 1. Just 4 lines like that. It's a really classic.
Watch lady is here, and she said vintage Jlc are incredibly fragile, not for everyday wear.
Oh, wow. Yeah, these are works of art.
Oh, yeah, that's nice.
I mean, any of these, right?
Any.
Yeah, they're so beautiful, truly. So, which one would you pick?
I would probably go for one of these here.
Yeah. Oh, but is there a moon phase there too?
I don't see a moon phase.
Go far right bottom. Right bottom.
Is that a moon phase there?
Yeah.
With time and seconds.
Yeah.
That's fucking beautiful. But that would be the reverse.
Yeah.
You see the crown is on the other side.
I like
that's a chronograph there.
I like that one that you're highlighting now. I think that one's the most beautiful. Look at that. That's beautiful. What do you think, Michaela?
I agree. Aesthetically, that's one of my favorites that we are seeing. Beautiful.
You know, I forget the gold Cartier or the Oyster Perpetual. Michaela, you need one of these things.
Yeah, I've been told many
Eric,
times.
because Eric is so into classic stuff. You need something like classic, like bringing a Rolex into the house. It might melt around Eric's brick gaze. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I get what you're saying. Yes, that may be the next piece.
Old watch lady says that all the gold on the gold bracelets from the mid-'80s is gorgeous. I'm sure it is. And she would know. More than she's had her hands on every single watch that's ever been made. Pretty much.
I'm getting the lust for a reverso again. God damn it. Stop.
I mean, they're just beautiful pieces of art. How could they not be?
All right. Let's do a little quick fire fashion thing for the two of you, because I'm not exactly the expert in the room. You guys want to hit us with some questions like the socks and sandals thing? Should a dress shirt ever have a chest pocket? Asked for
Never.
Yeah, not for a dress shirt.
Never.
If you're wearing a, go ahead.
Go ahead. I know exactly what you're going to say. We're going to agree.
Dirk.
If your job requires you to wear a white shirt and you're an engineer, or if you're a doctor and you need pencils and pens and things, great. But if you're wearing a suit to dinner, you're going to an event, and you're wearing a dress shirt, no, it shouldn't have a pocket.
Exactly. Yeah, for the purpose of dressing it up, no, you don't need anything utilitarian. Okay, that's not that sophisticated look, but for everyday use at work and for practical wear, it's fine. But then it wouldn't really be a dress shirt. It would just be a
white shirt,
button-up shirt.
Yeah, button-up shirt.
Yeah,
I'm not a fan of Oxfords either. I hate button-down collars. I hate them. I just think they look like old pervert.
Mark in Brooklyn asks Garmin versus Apple Watch. I would say Apple Watch over a Garmin. I don't like Garmin's. They're ugly. I mean, I'm not crazy about Apple Watches either, but you can dress up an Apple Watch.
Yeah, they're way too thick. I don't like it.
I mean, I don't know.
It reminds me of a Hot Wheel. I don't know why.
Oh, that's like funny. It does.
Yeah, it just feels like a toy.
Hot Wheels. Did you play with Hot Wheels when you were a kid, Asheen? Did you have cars? Like
the little things you put the penny in the back and you rev them up.
No. These are just die-cast model cars. Now, to be fair, all the Matchbox that I collected as a kid were all bought in Ireland. All of them.
Volcano Joe, hairy toes and sandals.
Absolutely. Well, it all depends.
Yes, 10 out of 10.
I agree.
That would be me when I wear on my Birkenstocks.
I mean, what are you going to do? If you're a female, absolutely not. You don't even want to know. I've seen women take pictures of their feet in the sand. They're like, oh, beach day. And I literally see, it's a hobbit. It's a hobbit. You know what I mean? Hairy feet. I'm like, Jesus. If you're not going to fix it, at least don't post a photo.
Hairy has appropriate places on a man's body. That's the last thing you want to see, though, in the street is somebody's hairy feet in a sandal. Just
for sure.
It's very intimate.
Carolyn Martin, is it okay for a man not to trim his beard to create the lines?
Oh, God.
And just let it grow natural on the cheeks?
I'd like to hear Michaela's take first.
Well, I mean, okay. There's a point when people grow their beard out and they let it go, where it gets really thin and scraggly at the ends. It looks disgusting. If you don't care how you look, then do it. But I'm just saying a little bit of trimming and maintenance, even if you like to have a full beard, always looks better, in my opinion.
I agree. The thing is, it's very different also demographically and from country to country. I notice in general that Italian men do not trim their neck. So like you see this, I take the buzzer and I buzz it. Italian men in Italy generally let this thing grow all the way down. And if you're a hairy guy, it'll connect to your chest hair and you just look like some kind of wildebeest. Now, there's the thing where, like, depending on how hairy or how thick your beard might be, some people's beard goes up very high. No, unless you want to look like the Wolfman or somebody with that, those people that have those childhood born diseases where they have hair on their eyelids. No, a beard should have a specific shape. If you're blessed to have a really big, thick, full beard, you're in better shape to trim it up and make it look good. But anything wild just looks unruly. And it's certainly
Benzo said, but shaping the beard too much looks ridiculous.
It does. Okay.
And indeed, just like when men overly trim their eyebrows.
Oh my God.
It's so creepy. When straight guys, especially, they're not trying to look like a little bit feminine, Yeah. Straight guys.
Like that guy who played Spock in the new
like
Star Trek movies. The guy who was in Margin Call. You know that actor? Keep going. I'll pull up his phone.
No, yeah, I'm just saying, and then you can just see such a delicate tail.
Quinto.
Kind of like
Zachary
how my
Quinto.
eyebrows are looking.
But that guy is probably, his eyebrows are, he's probably got a unibrow. He's a very hairy dude. I just found out he's half Irish, by the way. I did not know that.
Oh.
Eyebrows. You know what started that, Michaela and Asheen? Jersey Shore. When Jersey Shore was a big thing, all these steroidal muscly goons started getting, and Paul and I have a joke. We always go, "Excuse me, madam," whenever we see overly manicured eyebrows. They get these pencil thin, surprised look. They give them an arch. This guy's got a substantial brow.
I mean, it's not as bad there, but I've noticed in certain movies.
Well, certainly in Star Trek because he's Spock.
Because he's Spock, but even in Margin Call, it's too much.
Is it?
Yeah, it looks like it's been penciled in. Like
I know him I know him from American Horror Story. He plays multiple different characters throughout different seasons.
Uh-huh.
He's always a bad guy. And I never even noticed his eyebrows, even though they are bushy and they're there. I've never actually noticed them. He just gives off a very like creepy but sexy energy. I don't know how to describe it.
Yeah, I mean, there's a way to do to clean up your eyebrows and to look masculine at the same time, unless of course you're going for a more feminine look, and you know, maybe you do have a drag show.
Here's an interesting one. Andy Dufresne, best dressed city in Europe and the States. I would say in Europe, Milano.
100% Milan.
By miles. I mean, the style across Italy is incredible, especially the north of Italy. But when you go to Milano, you cannot leave the house without something super fab. You have to be at your top on the top of your game in Milano. What about the States? What's the best
Well, I want to go
dressed
there
city?
then.
I would say
Milano. You
That's
would
a good
die
question.
in Milano.
But you know what? I would also add that London is also an impeccable city for. The only problem with the British guys is that they're often drink a lot of beer. So you have a lot of overweight men wearing bespoke suits.
You don't have those in Milano.
You don't have those in Milano. But there's Savile Row, which is one of the holy grails, one of the altars of men's custom-made suits. Some of the best suits in the world are made there. And some of the greatest fabric cutters. And there is great English style for suiting. Unfortunately, most of the guys don't have the physiques to pull it off. That's my 2 cents.
Okay.
America,
as for the States, I mean, I want to say probably a big city. When you look it up on Google, funny enough, Seattle comes up on there. That's a lie from the depths of hell. Google's lying to you.
Unless they're
Google
making flannel suits, right?
If you dress nice in Seattle, you get everyone rolling their eyes at you. Who does this ever think he is? Seattle is a city where if you have a nice car, you do not want to park it anywhere because people will vandalize your car because they're so jealous. It is actually one of the most jealous cities. It's terrible.
So it's probably New York, right? New York.
Yeah, probably because there's so much fashion. So much fashion.
It would have to be.
Fashion
I
week,
just can't see anything
twice a
else.
year. Yeah.
I mean, that's where all the great stuff is. It's where all the European style rubs off to New York. You would hope it's New York. Maybe it isn't. I don't know. But I mean, I see some great stuff. See a lot of great watches in this town.
I know that wealthier women, like more affluent people in the like South Carolina, North Carolina, the way they dress is very important to them. Their appearance is very important, and they do put in a lot of effort. So at least in that sense, I could say that is pretty stylish.
And they're very feminine down there. The girls dress like girls down there. They love being women.
The last few times I visited, and of course there's always, the rednecks and whatever, but I'm talking about the people who try and put in the effort. I noticed that wedges were super popular there when I visited, and I'm a stiletto girl through and through. I don't even like chunky heels. I just like stilettos. I like the lengthening. I love how it feels. If it doesn't hurt, it's not working for me.
There's not a man alive that would choose a wedge over a stiletto heel.
Yeah, but I noticed they were everywhere. Even when we went out for like sexy drinks at like a really cool lounge in downtown Charlotte, even the women in their nice dresses and their like fitted dresses are wearing wedges, and I was like, oh my god! It inspired me to buy a pair just in case I ever need to pull them out. Some Stuart Weitzman wedges, but I just don't love them. It's just not my thing. But I noticed that. But at least
it's a little hippie chick.
Yeah, it's too boho for me. But
boho.
I understand.
Ray Ray's asking a funny one.
Yeah.
Wife beaters with shorts.
If you're scratching your balls, why knock yourself out?
Oh,
there's an art to a great undershirt. There's a great art. There's a company called Hanro, and you have never seen undershirts in your life like these. They're made in Switzerland, and they're called Hanro. They are the most beautiful. They're very expensive. They're made of silk combinations, the best cotton in the entire world. Oh, you went straight to Hanro. Look at that.
Are they kind of like compression a little bit? So
they have that. They have that.
They kind
as well.
of pull everything in. What I have to say about, since we're talking about undershirts, I'm just going to say this right now. If you're wearing a dress shirt if you have to wear an undershirt under it, whatever, that thing cannot show. It cannot be popping up underneath your collar.
There's
That
nothing
is
worse than
such a
seeing
mistake.
the sleeve marks or the collar.
It's
I don't
such a
particularly
mistake.
like undershirts. I'll wear an undershirt as a shirt. I don't like
Mm-hmm.
undershirts. You know, not to be too graphic, but I'm a little too hairy for undershirts. I find it uncomfortable, and you get like, you know, like hat head, and I don't like the way it feels. But these shirts, you could wear them. Look at that V-neck shirt. Look at the fabric of that. They're beautiful. You can get them at
Sea
Saks,
Island
Bergdorf
cotton.
Goodman, Sea Island cotton. Yeah, it's just
Here you
beautiful.
go, Ray Ray.
Was Ray Ray?
Is that you, Ray Ray, in that picture there on the right?
Yeah,
Yes.
wife beater and shorts. Isn't a wife beater a tank?
It's a tank top. Yeah.
Yeah, it's a tank
Also,
top.
don't wear a tank top unless you really have been working out too, because there's nothing worse than a shitty body in a tank top.
To simplify the answer
I
to that
wouldn't wear one.
question, if you are truly beating your wife, then yes, that outfit is acceptable.
Isn't that funny how that is the name of the shirt that
Isn't
everybody
it
does?
so weird? Yeah, it's not
It's
a term.
Oh.
we
I'm
use
so
in
glad
Europe,
people
but I
still
think-
use it. I'm so glad.
I mean,
people still
when
say it.
does wife beater get
hilarious.
canceled? Oh, he was wearing
Let's
a wife
not
beater.
cancel it. It's hilarious and it's such a perfect description of how it looks. So like the kind of guy that lives in the trailer beats his broad. It's just hilarious.
I know it's not exactly. Let me pull it up really quick, so I don't make you do everything.
Oh, look, Daniel said Paris and NYC rather than Milano. I would say Milano over Paris. Sorry. I know Paris you associate with couture, but
Yeah, but not the girls, not the men. The men don't dress like that. They really don't. And also, they don't smell good, as we all know.
that's so true. I don't know what happened. They missed the meeting on deodorant.
Yeah, it's just
A lot of people here initially who don't like this, like stinky deodorant, like stuff that's going to mess up their clothes. They use the Vichy stuff. Do you guys know about that stuff from Vichy?
Yeah.
It neutralizes. It lasts for 7 days and it neutralizes the smell. People here who are all about au natural and all of that.
Does it work, or are they just used to their smell?
It works. I was gotten it by Lydia's mom. Got me it years and years ago. She's like, "This is more natural," and I used it. And on me, I'm a sweaty beast. It lasted about 3 days. It's supposed to last 7. So the purr stuff had made it through 3 days, and I gave it a round of applause. But honestly, no. I mean, you know, I'm a 3 showers a day kind of dude, especially when it's warm. So I need my regular roll-on deodorant. But the Vichy stuff is good if you're not interested in doing that stuff and you want to go au natural. Mr. Bad Gas, $5. I was forbidden by my wife from wearing wife beater shirts from day one. Hey, well, there's a nice picture. There's a nice picture of a guy in a wife beater.
If you're gonna if you're gonna wear a wife beater and you're gonna get into a fight with your wife, you better look like Stanley Kowalski.
You know, that's really funny. For me, my absolute no for a man that I'm with, I can't do the shiny basketball shorts. Please don't ever wear those around me. Please don't ever wear those around me. They trigger me. It triggers my fight or flight. I'm serious, because my little brother is growing up. That's all he wore. And we used to call him jokingly Show Off, and then his last name, Sports, his last name, because he just was always doing sports. So he lived in basketball shorts, and I found it so repulsive, so lazy, even as a child. And I was always responsible for folding the laundry for my humongous family of 8 people. That's called child labor. That's illegal. Anyway, I would hide his shorts ever since I was a kid, his basketball shorts, because I've hated them deeply my entire life. I hate them. Don't wear them around the house. Just grossing me out. So I relate to that man's wife. That forbid
those
him
shorts
from wearing
I thought were out. And this has been the rage lately, as we all know, is Chris Pine has been rocking shorts all over the internet.
Oh my God. I don't know.
I don't know what's happened.
Legs, though.
I don't know what's happened to Chris Pine, because he was so beautiful.
And he went all kind of grizzly. He's turning into a silver fox, though.
Yeah, I don't know what happened. It's maybe because they canceled Star Trek 4 or whatever it is. Yeah, he just looks kind of older now, and he's been rocking these short shorts. And he goes, somebody said, "Aren't you embarrassed?" He goes, "Why would I be? I've got great legs."
He does have
Best
good
answer
legs.
ever.
Hey,
It does
I've got
the little,
amazing legs. I love wearing shorts. I even posted a picture of my goddamn legs on Instagram recently. I'm vain about my legs.
Are you?
Yeah, that's like my best feature.
It's your best feature?
Yeah.
Chris Pine has one of those pretty faces that
He's
makes me
beautiful.
uncomfortable. It makes me uncomfortable to look at it. I don't know. I'm like, it's too pretty.
Some men are too beautiful. Like,
Yeah, yeah.
you know,
It's too pretty. I can't
like
look.
John Hamm was too beautiful when he was on Mad Men. Now he's a little older and got a little bit more of a dad bod. So now he's a little sexier. When they're too beautiful, it's like,
Where should the shorts stop? Should they stop at the knee, above
just
the knee,
above
below?
the knee, just
Just
above.
I
above
say
the
just
knee?
above the knee too. Yeah.
Yeah, just above the knee.
I know the shorty shorts are really popular with the young men these days.
I mean,
but I'm not personally really interested in that. But that's just me.
I mean, when was the last time the short shorts were huge? Was that in the 70s?
Yeah, I have a
the
photo of my
tennis
dad
player
wearing them.
shorts.
Like Magnum PI? Was that the last
Yeah,
time?
like Magnum PI. Let me get a picture of it. Yeah, because he wore those red things, like the really
He
Magnum
wore very
PI
short
shorts was the
shorts.
first thing that came up.
Yeah.
Is that right?
I went Magnum PI and shorts was the first thing that came up. What's his name? What's the name of that actor?
Tom Selleck.
Tom Selleck.
Yeah.
I mean, Jesus.
You like Tom Selleck, right? The two.
I mean, he's one of the most beautiful men that's ever walked the face of this earth.
Yeah,
Really?
he's the father. He's great.
He's an incredibly good-looking person.
Yeah, there's a photo of my dad back in the day wearing short shorts and
Yeah,
a
there you
really
go.
fitted
There's-
polo, and I actually was like, "Damn, he looks really cool." Like he actually looked really cool. So I guess sometimes you pull it off, but
You have a very good looking family. I saw some photos. I think they're your brothers or something on Instagram.
Thank you.
Recently.
Thank you so much.
Fucking all handsome. Jesus.
Yeah,
Whatever was in the water.
It tries to make up for all of everybody's being psychotic. It just kind of balances that out a little bit.
Are those
I'm
shorts
joking.
too short for a dude? I mean, he has great legs, so it works. Let's face it, guys. It all comes
Maybe if
down
you
to
look
the
really
body.
good. Yeah,
I mean,
if you look really good, I guess.
If you
you
look
can do
like
it.
that, I mean,
Yeah.
you know.
Why is he so sexy? I mean, look, I wouldn't know. Would
We
I?
love the stash.
I mean, is it impossible?
That's a big stash. That's
I'm
impossible.
going to show you a picture, and you tell me if you think that this guy is good looking. Ready? I'm going to send you a picture right now. Tell me if that's a good looking man.
Yeah, I see his good features. Why did you zoom out of it?
Oh, was it better that way?
Well, zoom in. There you go. I can see that he has strong features. No, of course I don't find him attractive.
the
I mean, you
energy.
should.
No, I'm not saying you find. Listen,
Yeah.
like the same
show me
way.
a
I'm
chair
not
or
attracted
something.
to, you know, I still look at Brigitte Bardot or one of these incredible, you know, beautiful women, and I go, I totally get why everybody.
Sure.
Like who do you get? Who do you think when you think?
Well,
oh,
when I see Brad Pitt in his earlier years, I go, I see how pretty.
Yeah.
I mean, I see Clooney in especially in which ones? Probably Ocean's 11, and before that, Clooney in Dusk Till Dawn.
Yeah.
And I go, okay, I see that shit, you know. I mean, I wouldn't jump the fence or anything.
No,
question.
but that's not a thing, you know. That's not a thing. You know, it's just like if you were a casting director, you know, you'd have to cast like the handsome leading man. You know, who would you pick? You know, look at Tom Selleck did commercials for cigarettes. Wow.
The thing is,
he looks extra pretty there, no?
I mean,
well, the thing is, it's
the
the energy too, right? He
Right.
comes across in a sexy way. It's not just his face, because some people do look good, but they're not confident, or they don't have the right energy, and it just doesn't work. So he just has that.
Like you see that there. I can see what.
Of course, I saw him in Friends. Of course,
I mean, Jesus.
He was
Christ.
dating. He ended up dating his friend's daughter, who's in her 20s. He's known anyway. Everyone was rooting for that relationship. The young woman with the older, sexy, mysterious, put together man. So that's
The
kind
one-
of his appeal.
The one thing I love George Clooney, I'm a big fan. The one thing that I think is very off-putting about him is how incredibly smooth he is. He's got smooth, hairless arms, hairless legs, completely hairless body, which I find to be off-putting.
Oh, he doesn't have any decent chest hair or anything?
None, not a single one.
Oh, that's weird.
Not
He's
one
very
single
smooth,
hair.
and it doesn't look like he would be. He does not look like he'd be smooth. You know, even Mel Gibson is not a hairy guy, but he's got, something.
Yeah.
There's a lot of people who like it. That the twink chasers, people who like smooth, pretty things.
This is the only tattoo I ever thought was cool in any movie ever. Was that tattoo there on his neck?
It looks like the one that Mike Tyson has on his face.
Right,
Yeah.
on his face, exactly. Yeah.
That was good.
I mean, he's a beautiful,
I've never been a
beautiful man.
Clooney fan. I've never been like a Clooney girl.
Yeah.
It's never been. Matthew McConaughey more so, I would say.
Oh,
Because
wow.
it's also the energy. He's
It's
got
the
that
energy
energy.
of the guy.
It's just
There's
it's
something
hard.
he ruins everything every movie I've ever waited for. He stars in Interstellar. I waited 10 years for the Kip Thorne treatment to be made into a film. Contact, my favorite book, Carl Sagan and Andrew, and it's him. And oh God, I hate him. I don't know what it is about him, but he drives me crazy. But you want to know? Can we all universally say? And should I pull it up? Well, let me pull it up before.
I'm gonna pull up something else because I'm curious. I want to know what you guys. I'm always curious about this stuff. Can I get a decent picture? Okay, well, I'll just go run with this. Fucking Daniel Day-Lewis. You into this fella?
Not in the slightest. He's funny looking.
Is he weird looking because of his broken nose?
He's funny looking. He's just a weird looking guy. He looks like Bono. I don't know.
Doesn't look like Bono in any way, shape, or form.
He does in that picture with the right down there. Go to this one, the middle one.
That one?
I say no. I say no.
No, he's not a good looking guy. He's a great actor.
But not good looking. One of my exes was nuts about this dude.
So he's not bad looking. He's just not like anything great. And if somebody specifically has the hots for a certain actor and you're wondering why and they look a little off, like, not to be mean, but he's not like traditionally good looking.
Nah.
It's probably because they saw him in a role where they really loved how he was.
Great actor. Is he great looking? No, I don't think so. I think we could all universally agree that this is one of the most beautiful men of all time.
Mel Gibson. You know, when you want, the best Mel Gibson was The Bounty.
Oh my God!
You got
Mrs. Sofol, Gallipoli. You're talking about the wheelhouse of youth and beauty. I loved his Hamlet. We've discussed this.
Oh, it was excellent. Yes.
Yeah.
That's when he was at his most handsome in The Bounty.
It's at his most prettiest for sure. His most youthful. Look at Anthony Hopkins was beautiful, and Anthony Hopkins was beautiful.
Anthony Hopkins just hit the bottle. The bottle ruined Anthony Hopkins because he was a big drunk in the 70s. When he did Elephant Man and all, he was a huge drunk. That's when
the bottle loosened up the old thinker.
Yeah. Mel Gibson held it together for a really long time up until like What Women Want.
Yeah, he got in trouble and he said all that stupid shit, and then he fell off the world.
But talk about hitting the booze.
I mean, I loved him in Braveheart.
Of course.
I never really thought about Mel Gibson in that way, though.
Really?
I don't know why. Yeah, I just never really. Yeah, I don't know. I was really. Maybe I just haven't seen him in his enough roles, but.
What kind of canceled is Mel Gibson, though? Where does he stand in the cancellation world?
He was one of the first canceled.
He was.
He didn't do anything to women. That was the thing. He said that stupid shit when he was drunk, and he yelled at his. No, he did do so. He yelled at his
Russian.
He yelled at his girlfriend. He was embarrassed by her boobs being out.
Oh no!
Like that.
Oh no! I'm not going to say what he said, but oh my God, what he said to his Russian girlfriend. It was an anti-African American slur.
Yes, it was pretty bad.
It was.
I think he was really
bad.
Pissed off that the amount of cleavage she had, or something, or how ridiculous her implants looked, or something like that. I don't know. I think actually a lot of women don't understand that, even though men love wonderful boobs, right? At the same time, there comes a point when in certain settings, having too much cleavage, like really just too much, can be a little embarrassing. Just a little bit. Even if you look super hot. But some guys don't care at all. But I didn't realize that. And I've talked to a lot of very classy men, and they're like, yeah, it's kind of embarrassing.
Nick
But I
worked
think a
with
lot of
Mel
chicks
on
don't
the
know
pig
that.
in Thailand. Lovely guy. Wow.
I know a lot of people who say he's a lovely guy. You know what? He had a really hard time with booze. You know, people who have a really hard time with booze do a lot of stupid shit. And
Carolyn is saying, "Oh my God, absolutely not." Who are you talking about, Daniel Day-Lewis? I'm just curious because I love that, you know, so many women look at a dude like Benedict Cumberbatch. He's not particularly handsome.
He's
but
actually ugly. He's ugly.
He's weird, but he has this big deep voice.
Yeah,
like
he was so good in Sherlock. I think it just.
I think, you know, it always impresses me when women are attracted to a guy because of his mind, his talent, his voice, his stature. In Italy, they have a word, affascinante. I don't know how to translate it. But when they say, oh, he's not handsome, but he's very affascinante. Affascinante is like a guy he's got, I don't know, it's like his hair is constantly blowing in the wind somehow in their mind, you know, and he's got a presence when he walks into the room.
Sure. A lot of people have that, right?
You know.
Affascinante.
Affascinante. I mean, look it up. I've never actually looked up the fucking translation of that word, but I'm just impressed because, you know, men are so much stupider. They like the pretty, you know, doll or whatever. They rarely go for the woman who's affascinante, but not necessarily pretty. You know what I mean?
I mean, you know, men are like children. They want to see the candy being waved in their face, you know, in general.
Well,
women
Google
look at so many more elements they look at style, they look at cleanliness, look at kindness, they look at smarts. And I almost think that the physical part of it comes later for ladies, than men are instantly attracted like a dog. You know,
I think actually a lot of the times a man that is so gorgeous is a little stressful for a woman because they're like, I already know he knows that he's gorgeous. And when men know they're gorgeous, they have a certain way about them. And it's good to be good looking. It's good to be proud of yourself if you look good and take care of yourself. Don't take this the wrong way at all. But a man that's a little too into his face, it comes across a little feminine, and it's not.
Oh, vanity in men is
it's so feminine, and it's not that they can't put themselves together. Like, I'm trying to reiterate that because it's important to keep yourself nice. But yeah, it's off-putting. Definitely the attitude and being charming and smart is way more attractive to most women.
Christopher just said, well, all the other men are thinking, hey, Michaela, and Oisin and Dirk.
Hello, Christopher.
So
Love
the word
his new
is
video
coming up.
he put out.
Yeah, his new video is great, right? The
sure.
word is coming up in Google as, well, first of all, fascinating, but that doesn't get it. There are other words I think are closer. Taking. He's very taking, prepossessing, glamorous. I don't know.
Well, maybe it
ravishing,
means fetching.
bewitching,
Fetching,
maybe intriguing.
Yeah,
enchanting is affascinante. You hear it a lot.
Speaking of pretty boys, Zac Efron, right? Really pretty gorgeous.
He had
guy.
some work.
Did
done.
you
He
see
looks
what
weird.
No, in this most recent movie that's coming out, it's about wrestling.
Yeah.
In the trailer, I was scared. He has had so much done, and that's the thing. What I mean is when they're so pretty and they're focused so much on their face that they even bother to get all these implants and surgeries and injections. As a man, that's so feminine.
Why did
and
he need
ruined
that?
his face. He didn't need that.
Yeah.
Is that him now? Where is he now?
Yeah, it's him. Yeah.
I mean, the trailer of the movie that's coming out for the wrestling, whatever, his face was so big. Like, he got so many injections, he messed it up.
He looks like John Galliano now, doesn't he? He looks like John Galliano.
His lower lip looks all fucked up.
It's all
Why did
weird.
He do that?
He didn't need
Man age so well. We age like fucking wine. You don't need to do this
ridiculous.
shit.
Yeah, he's an idiot.
He ruined his face. He looks like Adam Lambert.
Yeah, I think he looks
Adam
like
Lambert
John
has
Galliano.
a natural face, but
I'm just looking for any more.
A lot of women are into Adam Driver. And he's not a
ew.
convention. Well, he's not a very conventionally good-looking guy, but a lot of women are.
Oh, he's got
probably a
moles
fascinante.
everywhere.
I know you hate that, Dirk. I know you hate that. Oh my god, that's your
I mean,
irrational
he's once
fear.
again a very fine actor. You know, a very
Charming,
fine actor.
yeah, I guess charming.
But I don't understand the whole thing. Now, have you guys ever seen this guy? Do you know who he is? Do you know who this guy is?
Can you bring up one picture and zoom in?
Yeah, I just did.
I'm blue in the face.
I just know, but I'm doing it.
It's not on the screen.
Hold on. There we go.
Producer hat.
Yeah, I'm trying. I'm doing it. Why is that not doing? Oh, it's opening it up in a different window.
That's right.
It's
okay. Anyway, who is this guy? What's his name?
It's Milo Gibson. It's Mel Gibson's son.
Oh, okay. I see it. Is he an actor?
He is an actor. He's been in Heartbreak Ridge. He's a very good looking dude.
He does
He's
take
rugged.
after his father.
He's more rugged than his dad was at that age.
Yeah.
His dad was prettier. This guy's got he looks like he's been punched in the face a few times.
He looks like he's had a bit of a bar crawl, you know.
Yeah.
He's but he's the same height. His dad's only 5'9". But somebody asked in the questions earlier on, it went too fast because there were so many. It was like, who should be the new Bond? And it's like, we're big Bond fans. I don't have any guy in particular right now in mind. Do you?
I liked Idris Elba. I thought it was a great idea.
He's too old now. I like him too.
Wasn't Roger Moore really old?
No, Roger Moore was in his 40s. Idris Elba's in his 50s now. He's like 54. He's too old.
Yeah,
I mean,
but
Daniel Craig is 54 now. Hi, honey. Hello.
Yeah, maybe he is. I'm just looking through photos.
He's a little old now. You know.
Henry, how do you say
Henry
it?
Cavill? Yes.
Cavill?
Sure.
I don't think so. People are saying that. I don't think so.
Too feminine. Too feminine.
Yeah,
too feminine. He's fucking Superman.
He's Superman. He killed that
cartoony.
role. But I watched him in Mission Impossible, one of the ones, and
Fallout. Yeah, it was good.
And I feel like watching him in that character, because he was kind of like fighting and whatever, it kind of made me realize he couldn't be Bond. It just wasn't right. He didn't have a depth to him, I feel like.
Yeah, he's better looking now. This is him young with a little baby fat. But yeah, I agree. He doesn't have enough of that. Yeah. Fassbender's too old.
He has to be like tormented a little bit. Like a tormented soul.
Jamie Dornan. Who's Jamie Dornan?
Oh, no, Jamie Dornan. No, God, no. God, no. He's 50
Shades of Grey.
50 Shades of Grey.
Oh, that guy. Yeah.
Isn't it Jamie Dorian?
Jamie Dornan. Jamie's from Belfast. Jamie
Belfast.
Belfast. Jamie Dornan.
Belfast. Not Belfast. You keep saying Belfast. It's Belfast.
Belfast. You sound Liverpudlian now. Well, actually, everybody from Liverpool was from Belfast, weren't they? That's where they all left. Yeah, no to him. He just looks like any
Charlie
Hunnam.
Charlie Hunnam. I don't know who these people are.
You do. You'll know his face. First of all, guys, they have to be British. Sorry. They're not going to cast. I mean, Pierce Brosnan was Irish, and that was the only one that they allowed.
Oh, this dude. I like this dude.
He's not Bond, though.
He was in that cool Guy Ritchie movie. He was
he's good.
Cool in it.
He's now. Everybody wanted Tom Hardy for a while too, and he looks like a fucking. He looks like a pugilist. He's too pugilistic to pull off Bond. Bond has to have savoir-faire.
What about people said there's rumors about Aaron Taylor Johnson?
I don't know who that is. Do I?
You'll know when you see him.
Who is he?
He's a guy.
He's a guy.
He's a man.
Oh, that dude.
I don't.
He's
know
American. He's American. He's not English.
I don't know him.
Oh,
well, apparently there's been rumors. We'll see.
You know him because you know the Tom Ford movies, right?
Oh, he was one of the nasty fuckers
in
Nocturnal Animals.
Nocturnal Animals.
Oh, right.
He was also in it. His first appearance was in a movie called Kick-Ass with Zoe. What's her name?
Zoe Deschanel.
I don't know.
The one with the big blue eyes.
Yes.
Yes.
She's quirky.
She's so fun.
She's fun. Saturday Night Live do a great skit on an impersonation of her. It's fantastic. She plays like the ukulele because she's so quirky.
No, I'm not thinking of that Zoe. I'm thinking of Kick.
Zoe Saldana.
I think her name is Zoe. No, I'm wrong. Chloe Grace Moretz, totally different person. Sorry, brain fart.
Dr. Bob's Nightmares.
She looks like a child forever. She's got such a baby face.
Yes, let me grab.
Mike Lewis says that Cillian Murphy. No, he wouldn't be a good Bond, but he is Irish. So is Pierce Brosnan. So
yeah, Pierce Brosnan has that British Irish thing.
How hard must it have been?
That's Chloe Grace Moretz. You know.
Oh, she's from Mad Men. Oh no, who is that? I know this chick. Oh yeah,
she was in Kick-Ass.
Oh, what do I know her from?
And she did that Louis C.K. movie just as he was
canceled. How I know her. Yes.
Yeah, I Love You, Daddy, or something. It was
kind
of Woody Allen
she's
style.
A terrific actress, and she's very attractive in a very unique way. What are you doing there, Lorelai?
Okay, let's wrap it up. There's the best suggestion of the night, Usheen.
There you go. By the way, there's a new Bond themed game show, and it's really shitty, but they put a swing beat on the intro. It's amazing. It's worth it just for the first 30 seconds. David Arnold. It's great. Yeah, new Bond. And for next week, guys, get your suggestions on who you want for Bond. Make sure he's part of the Empire.
I'm gonna do another wristwatch check just because I want to see the other two watches, but I may as well start with my beautiful bluesy. Let me see if I can get it into focus this time. There you go. Looking good. Michaela, I want to see that amazing Seiko. I might buy one of those. That is cool. Beautiful.
Yeah, it feels good. Feels good.
Yeah, you like a big statement piece, don't you?
I do.
It's beautiful on you. Absolutely
Thank
stunning.
you.
Favorite watch on you so far?
Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you.
Agree. And you, lastly.
Oh, you pulled out the lights. Yeah, let's go. Thank you. Thank you for the music. It's so beautiful.
Some of the greatest music ever written. Monty Norman, John Barry. Fantastic. Bond music is amazing.
We love John Barry.
Oof. And
great show, guys. That was fun.
Yeah.
Let's next week I want to talk about
pop music.
We'll cover an event, but then afterwards I want to talk about a phenomenon I don't quite understand called big dick energy. And I like this other thing about doing the quick fire questions. Guys, get some questions ready for Michaela and Dirk.
I know what small dick syndrome is, though. Yeah, that's a thing, and you could smell that coming.
Ugh, poor choice of words there, my
we
friend.
Could go on and on about it.
Yeah, when a guy has SDS, you can sense it from the jump. Yeah, he's so underwhelming in the bedroom that he has to prove himself in so many other ways.
Let's talk about it next week.
Next week.
Get your questions ready for everyone next week as well, guys. And thanks. Another Watch Fashion Police is in the can. Boom.
Thanks, gang.
I'll see you all
Good night.
next week.